What's up, Jurassic Park fans? Today I will be taking a look at this Jurassic World Legacy Collection 6-pack that I picked up from Target last week. And I picked this up because I was always kind of thinking about picking this one up, since every time I go to my local Target, they have tons of these on their shelf by the Jurassic World toys. So I guess they weren't really selling that well, at least at my Target. So since they had tons of them, I decided to pick one up. And I always thought this was a 5-pack, but I guess they counted the small compy there as a additional dinosaur, which it is. So technically that does make this a 6-pack. And you can see it also includes Alan Grant, a Gallimimus, Dilophosaurus, and 2 Velociraptors, which are very similar to other raptors that Mattel might have released, like this one right here from the Legacy Collection. As you can see, that one in the package is the exact same, just different paint. And that one up there, very similar to the Velociraptor Blue from the Attack Pack. As you can see, they are pretty much in the same pose. It's just 2 different paints. So if you can't find a blue, and if you are a very skillful customizer, I'm pretty sure you could paint this guy to make it look more like blue. So let's take a look at the back of the packaging right here. Sorry about that. That is the Thrash and Throw T-Rex there making noises, because I'm going to compare Alan Grant with some of the other bigger dinosaurs in my collection. Mostly only 2. Mostly the T-Rex and the Spinosaurus there. So there you can see the photos of each figure. Alright, so let's open this up and take a look at these awesome Legacy Collection figures. Alright, so all 6 figures are released from the packaging, and the Dilophosaurus is a nightmare to get her to stand, because notice what happens when I remove this Velociraptor next to her. Yeah, as you can see, I was propping her tail up against the Velociraptor to get her to stand, but balancing issues, yeah, very much so with the Dilophosaurus, so I'm gonna have to mess around maybe with the legs a little bit. But let's take a look at the rest of her. She does look nice, very film accurate to what she looked like in the first Jurassic Park film. And that was the only film she was in. And she was in the first Jurassic World as a hologram, as far as I know. And she was supposed to be in Fallen Kingdom, but it was an extra scene that got cut out from what I heard. And the tail looks like it can rotate a little bit. It's a little bit stiff on my figure, so I don't want to force it anymore and, you know, break it off. But there is a cut there that looks like you can, you know, turn the tail. As for the legs, they do move. Kind of bit stiff on my figure, but they do move, as well as the arms. All right. And as for her venomous spit here, this is just a extra piece that came in the box that you can put in the Dilophosaurus mouth, and I guess it's mostly for display uses, because there's no button to launch that out. As far as I can tell, there's nothing on this that you can press to make that eject out of the mouth there. These parts right here, they do fold forward like so, and you can fold them back. And, you know, you can recreate your favorite scenes from the original Jurassic Park film. Alright, so that's the Dilophosaurus, which is not going to stand. Well, I'll just leave her in a derpy position like that. So next up we have the Gallimimus here, which also has a limited amount of articulation for the legs, the arms, and the neck joint here. Let me move that raptor back so I don't knock her over. So yeah, this can move up and down about that much. It does not turn as far as I can tell. You can see the little arms do move, and the legs do move, but I don't understand why you would want to move those joints, because if you notice the positioning of the legs, the way they're molded, they're kind of like stuck in like this running pose. So design wise, I guess I understand why they did it, to adjust maybe for the balancing. but really you can't really get any other poses if you move those legs any other way, because it'll just end up looking really weird. Up next is our two Velociraptors. This one right here looks very similar, as I just pointed out earlier, to the Attack Pack Blue. See, if I even put it up to the packaging, it's pretty much the same figure, just different paints. So I guess there's no reason to open up this one and review it since it's the same figure. So the jaw does open and close. You can turn the head on the raptor. No? There's no cut on the neck? I thought there was. So okay, the head on this guy does not turn. And you got the little arms right there, and the legs, they do move, as you can see. And the tail does not appear to turn, but there is a cut right there, but I don't think it's intended to turn the tail on these figures. Alright, so as for our other Velociraptor here, which looks like it's painted up in somewhat of a sky blue color. Now the neck on this one does turn, so it does have a neck joint, which can go up and down. You can turn it left and right, which is cool. And the jaw does open and close, movable arms. So this is the exact same as the Legacy Collection of Velociraptor right here. That appears to be the one from the Lost World, if I'm not mistaken. And it has the same feature where you do that and you'll leap up and jump on something. So see if I could do it with both of these at the same time. Awesome. Looks like this raptor won. So that's fun to mess around with. And let's take a look at Alan Grant, who just fell over along with the Dilophosaurus. So let me look at this copy real quick. Yeah, that's pretty much identical to the one in the single carded pack of Alan Grant. And the Alan Grant in the 6-pack does not come with the flare gun. You'd have to get the single carded one if you want that flare gun. But he does look pretty much identical to his single carded figure right there. As for Alan Grant, his articulation is pretty nice for a 3-inch figure, or 3.75-inch figure. As you can see, he can move the head up and down quite a bit, and you can turn his head left and right. The arms do go out and in, forward and back. Does bend at the elbow, and they have they do swivel at the elbow joints as well, as you can see. There's no joints in the wrist areas. Now, as for his waist, there is like a cut of some sort. It does appear like there is some kind of waist articulation, but it won't turn. At least on my Alan Grant, it won't turn. So I don't know if there is any waist articulation at all on this figure, or that's just not a possibility on this Alan Grant that came with the 6-pack. As for the legs, they do go forward and back about that much. You can spread the legs out, make them do a split. Can bend the knees, and they also swivel at the knees as well. Alright, so now that I have a raptor pack, I can recreate one of my favorite scenes from the original Jurassic Park film with the thrash and throw T-Rex, which I highly doubt he's going to pick the Velociraptor up in his mouth because it might be a little bit too heavy, but let's see if we can do it. Oh, we did it! We did it! We did it! That's awesome. And here is a nice little size comparison just for fun of all of the figures from the 6-pack standing next to the Thrash and Throw T-Rex. And here's all the figures standing next to the Spinosaurus. And just for fun, here they are standing next to the Super Colossal T-Rex. If you want to make your T-Rex eat Alan Grant, you might want to go with the Super Colossal T-Rex, because the Thrash and Throw one, you can still fit Alan Grant inside the T-Rex's mouth, like so, but the figure is actually small enough to fit inside the mouth of the Super Colossal T-Rex. There we go. Chomp. And of course, you know, you can retrieve the figure from Rexy's belly there. There we go. Alan Grant is free. Alright. So as for like the as for the Velociraptors, you know, you can chomp on them with the thrash and throw, recreate your favorite scene. But as for the Super Colossal, they actually might stay better in the mouth of the Super Colossal T-Rex. There you go. Alright, so I actually had to move to a different room with better lighting so the camera could focus on the stickers a little bit better. So here's one of the Velociraptors. Here's the other one. Here is the Dilophosaurus. And here's the Gallimimus. And no need to show Alan Grant because there's no sticker on him, or the compy as well. Alright everyone, so that concludes my video review for this Jurassic World Legacy Collection 6-pack, which can be purchased from Target for around $40. Personally, I think $40 is a little bit too much for the 6-pack. It should be at least maybe 35 or 30. I think 35 is decent. You do not have to buy this 6-pack to get any of these exclusive dinosaurs, except for maybe this Dilophosaurus, because it's just painted up a little bit differently than the Attack Pack version. Same thing with some of these raptors. They're just painted up differently, but you can buy them separately from the 6-pack, such as the Gallimimus that's sold in one of the Attack Packs. So, you know, you don't have to buy the $40 pack just to get the dinosaur you want, unless, you know, you want to have extra dinosaurs for your collection. So yeah, that's it for my video review, and I would say pick this pack up when it goes on sale possibly, or you know, if you don't mind adding or paying the $40 to add more dinosaurs to your collection, then go for it. Alright, so I will see you guys later this week, and stay awesome.